Fire Escape Academy Inspector Training, Washington, D.C. Okay, so just from here.
Yeah, because there was this.
We're here at the hotel. What's this address?
436 11th Street.
11th Street, Washington, D.C. Now, easiest violation. What's his first name? Albir, and then yours? Worrell. Donna. All right. More paint than rust, or more rust than paint?
More rust than paint.
Very good. Any other violation you need to write? Repair paint test. Very good. Second thing you're going to look for is original hardware. Now look up the fire escape, and it's either going to have rivets or it's going to have square head bolts or new hex head shiny new bolts. Do you see any shiny new bolts anywhere? Do you see any rivets or bolts that have let go on some of the railings?
Right there where the toes are.
Okay.
On the bottom.
So look at now. If you look at where the ladder's going to come down,
right.
Will it hit somebody on the head, or is there a table there? So it's
clear.
It's clear. Now look at that. If that cable was to let go, okay, snap for any reason, would it basically come down like a guillotine or not?
It's going to come.
So if it had a release arm on it and the cable gave way, would it come down?
No.
Okay. See that weight, that little ball up there? Now, that's usually supposed to be in a cage, so that in case the cable breaks, it captures the weight. Now, could that thing careen off of that and hit anybody down here underneath?
Well, looking at it now, it looks like it has text focus. Looks like it has.
Yes. Well,
see, look at the cage that the ball will be come back down in.
Right.
If it breaks, look underneath that cage. It looks like it has 4 hex bolts.
Yeah, but I'm worried above it. Can that ball bounce out and hit somebody on the head if the cable gave way?
Yeah.
So it needs. So
it's not guaranteed it's going to go back down.
So we need to have a cage that carries that.
Higher.
So right now, if the cable breaks, the ladder will hit somebody, and that ball will possibly come down. So that's but with a release arm on the ladder, should you have a cable break, the ladder doesn't drop, and the weight would drop into its own box. Okay. Now let's take a look at the rivets. You got some missing bolts. Structural violation or a paint violation? Structural. All right. So now let's go over here and look at these. Just look. No. Look at all the treads. Look at all the treads now. Hex head or square heads?
Square. They're square.
They're all square.
They're all square.
So when you get to look at a hex head, you'll see a definitely. A hex head is more roundish, and this. So all those
inside
2 bolts on the outside, you'll see much better.
Just look straight at the back. Okay, this is the those are the bolts.
Oh, in a perfect example, and we're gonna get close over here. See the feet of the ladder? Look at those bolts. Are they square or hex heads? No, those are square. See how square they are? See the bolts at the bottom?
Oh, okay.
Now look at that bolt right up there near the ladder. See how square that is? That's a square bolt up there.
Oh, I see.
See the square? Now look. No. Now, look at the support underneath. Is that an old original rivet, or is there? See that button at the very end of the support? On this support, the diagonal coming up to the very point. Do you see the button at the very end? That's an original. So this is 50 to 75 years old, and it's got an original equipment. So
what's that thing on? Is that a camera?
Yeah, it's a little camera. So we've been looking at all the structural things, but do you need to go that far, or once you came down here and you saw the paint?
Runs by itself, but the platform also
yes
be redone.
Right.
Look at the second platform.
Look towards the back. Yeah, look towards the back.
And it's a square bolt. So
and it's all square. It's all original hardware.
All original. Now, my question is this. Now, let's say I came here and it didn't pass the structural engineer's request.
Right.
You said anything, no more fire escapes to be built. Now, would they be required to replace it?
Repair it. You can repair it. This is easily repaired.
Okay.
Some of the things, by the way, that we would change talk about the code.
Right.
And there's possibility of children. That's that window situation that you talked about?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I said half,
more than
it's
enough.
a whole door.
It's a, but see, if somebody was to trip down these stairs, you think they could fall through that hole on the staircase coming down?
Yeah.
We recommend, even though the law allowed you to do that 50, 75 years ago, we as inspectors, we write down that we want more lines now going down the stairs so that if in case a child or a person falls, they don't get lodged in the stair. So that's an allowable modification.
Right. That's like a 12-inch drop versus a 9-inch drop on a regular.
Exactly. So we'll make certain modifications. We may make a recommendation that you would agree with us that the bottom of these should be more lines so that children don't fall through.
Or flex, or just drain holes through.
Right.
Certain requirement on the handles.
Yeah, they can all be 36. Today it's 42, but you can't make them go to 42 with these. This is grandfathered in. But you can make modifications that make sense to somebody who has a lot of children in a building. You can say, hey, you know what? Can you fill in some of the gaps? And they're like, sure, we'll do that. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say like coming down the stairs, you see only get that one handrail?
Yeah.
Could you put
more
in
lines?
Third ball,
more lines. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
For safety.
Right. So let's walk around. Actually, and we'll walk around the building see if there's any more fire escapes. But
this is the only one.
Okay.
It's the only one.
So if you want to
know that.
And the other thing is that interior circuit.
And this is the same building that has the interior spiral case.
the cast iron one? Oh, it's interior. Sure. We'll talk about that.